juice, but also to your developing fetus. And that's going to be found in lean meat, poultry, fish, dried beans and peas, iron fortified cereals, and prune juice. Next is iodine, which is essential for healthy brain development. That's going to be found in iodized table salt, dairy products, seafood, meat, some breads that are fortified, and eggs. Choline, which is important for the develop of your fetus's brain and spinal cord, is going to be found in milk, beef, liver, eggs, peanuts, and soy products. Vitamin A is important to help form healthy skin and eyesight, excuse me, and also to help with bone growth. That's going to be found in carrots, leafy green vegetables, sweet potatoes. Vitamin C is important to promote healthy gums, teeth, and bones, not only in your fetus, but also in the mother as well. You can find vitamin C in citrus fruits, broccoli, tomatoes, strawberries. Vitamin D helps build your fetus's bones and teeth and also helps promote eyesight and skin formation in utero. That'll be found through sunlight exposure, fortified milk, fatty fish like salmon and sardines. Vitamin B6 also helps form red blood cells, and it also helps the body use protein, fat, and carbs and turn those into energy for the body. And that's going to be found in beef, liver, pork, ham, whole grain cereals, bananas. B12 helps maintain the nervous system and also helps form red blood cells. That's going to be found in meat, fish, poultry, and milk. Now, if you are a vegetarian, you would definitely want to take a B12 supplement when you're pregnant, maybe all the time, potentially too, just because most plant sources aren't going to have enough of the B12 that you would need. And then last is folic acid, which is super, super crucial to help prevent birth defects of the brain and spine and to support the general growth and development of the fetus and placenta. So you will find folic acid in a lot of fortified foods, such as fortified cereals, breads, pasta. You can find it in peanuts, dark green leafy vegetables, fortified orange juice, beans, and of course in your prenatal vitamins.
So Becca, we're gonna take a pause just for one moment because I want you to get in at 824-1965 9723.
723. Okay.
And the passcode is, do you need it?
Yep, I'm ready.
Are you in?
I need the passcode.
915926.
All right, I am getting in.
All right. All right. So for everyone, hello, Becca. So for everyone,
hello.
This is really great information. Now, I've never been a woman and I will never be a woman, but this is so powerful, the information Becca shared, because the stunning statistic I heard right away is that 80%. So Becca, I'm going to ask you to continue. We were having technical difficulty, as you all know, but we are here with you right here live in 3D, and Becca's been going through information. So Becca, there's a lot to unpack in this, and I just want to say to all of our listeners and viewers, I'm just taking a moment out for a moment. I want, now that we are in live, just to say that we are live right here in 3D, the Daily Divine Direction broadcast. And as you know, we have a new sponsor who is with us. And this segment of the broadcast has been brought to you by Comcast Business. If you are in need of being more effective and efficient in business, contact Eunice at Comcast Business at 603-222-7706. Your code is Pastor Pope, and you can receive an $800 prepaid Visa card with a qualifying bundle. That's at Comcast Business. Contact Eunice at 603-222-7706. Your code is Pastor Pope. So Becca, I'm going to let you continue to share with our listeners and viewers, because I know everybody is chomping at the bit to hear more about this information, because I know it's amazing information. So please take it away.
All right. So I know I listed out a lot of different nutrients, I didn't even bother going over what the amounts are because sometimes it's really hard to translate that into, for example, what does 1,000 milligrams look like of calcium look like in food sources? So I'm just going to go over the main points. And then if you want to work with your healthcare practitioner, your dietitian to make sure you're hitting those amounts, I think that's a good idea. But in summary, the most of the food groups, they kind of overlapped for a lot of those nutrients. So the main ones were animal proteins. We want to make sure we're getting several servings of those a day, dairy products, fruits and vegetables of all different kinds and colors, nuts and seeds, and then fortified grain products in addition to your prenatal vitamin every day. All those are going to be really helpful to support a healthy pregnancy, healthy fetal development, and also healthy brain development for your fetus and to support your emotional well-being while you're going through that as well. And then I also wanted to kind of just list out a few different social services that are available for expectant mothers because not everybody is in a situation where they can easily afford their vitamins, these different foods, and a whole lot of other things. So I wanted to kind of list out some of those as well. So there's something called pregnancy Medicaid, and it's going to differ in every state. I know in Delaware, it's called Smart Start. In Pennsylvania, it's called Healthy Beginnings Plus. It's going to depend on what state you live in, on what the name is, but there should be some form of Medicaid assistance available for pregnant women. There's also temporary assistance for needy families, which is TANF or TANF. Catholic charities, some adoption agencies offer assistance, financial assistance if you are deciding to go that route. WIC offices, they provide free nutrition education in addition to the food benefits. And another great thing is that if you are a breastfeeding mother, you actually get additional benefits compared to those who are doing formula feeding. So that's something important to know about as well. There's SNAP, which is the food stamps. Head Start, if you have other young children and need some assistance with them. Of course, food banks. And then really quickly, I wanted to talk about something called medically tailored meals. So I work for a company called Manna. I'm actually wearing their shirt right now. We are a part of the Food is Medicine movement, and we provide medically tailored meals to people with chronic diseases, basically the sickest of the sick people. So if you are a pregnant woman and you have been diagnosed with gestational diabetes, preeclampsia, if you were overweight or obese prior to getting pregnant, you're considered at very high risk. So we will actually provide meals to you 21 meals a week at no cost to you. And the only criteria is to have a specific diagnosis. There's no financial requirements or anything like that. So if you're someone who has these serious health conditions, nutrition is going to help you manage them and help you have a healthy pregnancy for yourself and your baby. So, I'm happy to give more information about that if interested for anyone. But really my main point here is that it can be really hard to ask for help, but we should never compromise our health for our pride or for not wanting to ask for help. I know it can be a big step, but this is your life. This is your body. You want to make sure you take care of it in the short time that we have here.
And that's what's important. It is, I think you just went out, Becca. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. So, and I'm not sure if you can hear me because of the speaker or if you can hear because of the screen, but either case, here's the reality. This is life, and this is life and, for your future child. So for your fetus and your future child. So what Becca's giving us is a lot of good information. Now, Becca, I'm going to ask you to continue, but I want to inquire if you would do two things. So Becca mentioned, seek a dietitian, but you really should be seeking BeccaTheDietitian.com because Becca has all the information we could possibly need. So go to her website. Becca, if you would post the information on your website, and if you could send me a copy also, I'm going to have it posted on Facebook because this is critical information that every potential mother needs. So I'm going to ask that you will continue to share information with our listeners and viewers. And if we can just make certain that we are really exploring every possibility to enhance our health and wellness, and particularly since this month is for future mothers. So I will let you continue.
All right. Well, that was actually all I had to say on that topic, but I'm happy to answer any questions if you have any, or if any of the listeners have any.
Okay, so let me just, Becca, would you?
Oh, shoot. You know what? I think I just lost.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Becca? No? Okay. So is your sound on? Because, okay. Is your sound on? Because if you can hear me, we should be able to hear you also. So
I can hear you through the phone. I can't hear you through the computer. Oh, but you know what? I realized that my computer's muted, so that might be what the problem is.
okay, so let's see. Can you hear me now through your computer?
Let me turn this on.
Okay, I'm gonna put you on mute.
Oh, yes, now I can. Okay.
Okay, perfect. So I just want to look at what we have for our listeners and viewers. So one of our listeners and viewers just communicated and said, you mentioned taking a prenatal vitamin. Is that good for someone who also, and I actually happen to know the answer to this, but I'm going to let Becca fill this. Is that good for someone who wants to become pregnant also? The benefit.
Absolutely. Yes, definitely. So I think I mentioned before, technically any woman of childbearing age should be taking a prenatal vitamin just because you never know what could happen. So that means once you get your first menstrual cycle, you should technically be starting a prenatal vitamin. Now, I know they can be really expensive, and a lot of people, especially at the age of 12 or 13, are not planning to get pregnant. So if you want to just do a regular one, if you're using precaution, that's totally fine. But if you are planning to get pregnant, that is absolutely something that you should be taking.
And you know, I did happen to know the answer to that one, but I wanted you to fill it because you're the expert. But here's the reality to that, and that was a great response, Becca, because you know, if you're taking preventative measures and you are sexually active, you really need to be taking prenatal vitamins. But the reality is, for those, let's say for those who are over, you know, they're out of college, they've begun their career, and they're thinking about having children, having a family. You really need to start early taking prenatal vitamins because they have everything that you could possibly need. And you want to take good vitamins. I mean,
yeah, of course.
And as Becca said, obviously, can supplements be expensive? Absolutely. But the long-term benefits of this are really going to help. So you really definitely want to begin taking prenatal vitamins, as Becca indicated.
Well, and another bonus is that it's really great for your hair, skin, and nails as well. So that would be another reason to take them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I have to say that was a great question. Thank you for submitting that. But Becca, you talked about nutrition. Is there anything specific that you would recommend for someone who is expecting, who's gone through their first trimester, and anything that you would recommend as far as, food and the benefits?
Well, something that I learned recently is that when you're eating your food, your baby can actually taste it in utero. So with that in mind, we want to make sure we're eating foods that are going to promote a healthy appetite, healthy preferences for our child in their life so that they can grow to be healthy and prevent chronic diseases as well. So I thought that was really interesting. But I would just say, trying to make sure you're getting all the different food groups, fruits and vegetables, leafy greens especially have a lot of those key nutrients that we talked about, but also getting enough protein, which is going to be really helpful for your energy levels, staying hydrated. So there's a lot of different important things, but.
So I have to tell you that is really fascinating. We know you're feeding the child as a mother, who's going to have a child, you're eating for two, as Becca said. That's what you're doing as an expectant mother. But now Becca just shared with us that the child can taste what you're eating. So that's really powerful when you think about it, because you're starting to develop their taste. If you're consuming a lot of sugar, they're going to have a taste for sugar. If you're drinking carbonated sodas, that's going to have, they're going to be able to taste that. So we really have to be conscious. And, I was not aware, I have to admit, because Becca and I didn't have the opportunity to chat about this, what this month it represents. But this whole Expectant Mother Month is really powerful, because so many people are expecting in this season. And it's really important to make certain that mother and baby are getting all of the nutrition that they need, getting the right nutrition that they need to have a healthy baby, and for mother and child to be healthy. We have to listen, Becca, I'm jumping in here, but I am going to let you sign us off. But it's really, we have to think about everything we're doing. And as I said, I haven't been a woman. I won't ever be a woman. But the reality is, we have to think about what we're putting in our bodies at all times, and especially if you're going to be an expectant mother. So I'm really excited about what Becca shared today. I am really encouraging everyone. She's going to post on her website, BeccaTheDietitian.com, what she shared with us. And she's going to send me a copy also, and we'll paste it on YouTube today. But this is such a powerful discussion. And I have to tell everyone, I had announced that you'd be here earlier. We were here for Holy Week. We were off. So Becca wasn't with us the first Thursday of the month. And then yesterday I had some really important church responsibilities. So Becca wasn't with us, but she consented to be with us today. So Becca, if you will, tell all of our listeners and viewers who love you so much that you are just happy to be with them, so that they can see you, because they were excited to have you with us today.
I truly am so happy to be here, to be live with my face.
Yes.
And to, I wish I could see all of you, of course, but it's really great to be here and to share this information. And I truly hope that somebody out there benefits